Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocha, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. If you get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bet.
Welcome back, everybody. Approximately that 1:30 time that we mentioned in our earlier broadcast as far as the Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge Cross-Pool semi-finals starting a little bit earlier. Scheduled start was 2 o'clock, but they brought it forward to 1:30. So day 3, game 2 here on Solder Oval number 1. And we've got the team second in Pool A. It was the Far North Fusion up against the team that came first in Pool B, being the North Queensland Monsoons. And the Monsoons won the toss, and they, as you can see, elected to bowl first. Umpires Sam Goswani from the Gold Coast and Cole Morris, as you can see, currently at the southern end, being the bowler's end at this particular point of time. The Monsoons lineup looks like this: number 1, Craig McElligott, captain; number 2, Sam Lowry; 3, Dan Gartrell; 4, Justin Dixon; 5, Travis Bush, who's just opened the bowling for the Monsoons; 6, Adam Zabala, who's also the wicketkeeper; number 7, Chris Stanger; number 8, Herbie Hire; number 9, Jamie Height; number 10, Cooper Guest; 11, Lockie Ford; and number 12, Mitchell Burton. Coached by Mr. Brad Stout, managed by Mr. Bob Haylett, and the Bulls Masters mentor, Mr. Gavin Fitness. The Far North Fusion side: number 3 and captain Daniel Parnell; number 12, Justin Reed, who's currently out there as an opening bat; number 11, Jake Roach, our century maker from last night's live stream match; number 10, Tom Borman; number 5, Reece Camilleri; number 9, Blake Raper; 2, Will Robertson; number 1, Ben McCartney; number 6, Ben Shrimpton; number 4, Wade Matthews; number 14, Paul Nasser; number 8, Chris Adams, coached by Mr. Stephen Kerwitz, managed by Mr. Barry Weir, and the Bulls Masters mentor is Jimmy Marr. Fantastic weather conditions we have here. Salter Oval, couple of little light white clouds to the south of us here, but outside of that we have no danger of any rain in this cross-pool semi-final, which I suppose is also being classified as a Gabble final qualifier. So the winner of this game goes through to the final, which will be, fingers crossed, be played as a curtain raiser to a Brisbane Heat game later in the summer at the Gabba. Umpires call that dead ball. Pending COVID, last season's final, the Gabba just was not able to go ahead due to COVID restrictions, unfortunately. Hopefully that can be rectified this year. Just so people are aware of where all the teams finished in their pools. In Pool A, Darling Downs Suns finished in first place. Far North Fusion second place, Mackay Whitsundays Nitros in third place, and the Wide Bay Flames ended up in fourth place. In Pool B, first place North Queensland Monsoons, second place Gold Coast Thunder, third place Central Queensland Seamers, who basically have missed out on net run rate, and fourth place Southeast Queensland Stormers. So in that Pool B, Central Queensland Seamers, North Queensland Monsoons, Gold Coast Thunder all had 2 wins each and 1 loss, so it ended up being very, very tight. So the other games going on Field 2, Darling Downs Suns are taking on Gold Coast Thunder. I should mention with Darling Downs there, Southwest Queensland combined with them. We've got our other Gabba final qualifier currently happening here on Field 1, as I've already mentioned. And on Field 3, the Nitros, the Mackay Whitsunday Nitros up against the CQ Seamers. Both those teams finished third in their pool. And the other game being played down at the Kendall's Flats venue over towards the eastern side of Bundaberg sees the Wide Bay Flames taking on the Southeast Queensland Stormers. So all those games are scheduled to finish at around 4:30 p.m, which will obviously allow a number of players to travel home if they choose to, along with other officials and administrators who want to get on the road and get back to their home venue. As you can hear through the effects mic there, lots of talk from the North Queensland Monsoon side in the field, early days. Nice shot there into the covers, a direct hit. Would have had number 11 for the Fusion in a lot of strife there. Jake Roach, obviously a man in form, scored 100 in last night's game under lights here. Batted fantastically well, and then in the field took some tremendous catches. Reed turns that one round the corner, picks up a leg bye. Roach on the back foot, pulls that over mid-wicket, and 4 runs. Okay, so just updating you that we haven't got our scoring visuals up on our screens yet, just waiting for our technical department to update the details, because this is a particular game. Wide ball called by Sam Goswani on Travis Bush down the leg side. Because these games only get sorted out in the last hour or so, it takes a little bit of time to enter all the data required to get our scoring visuals up and running. And I'm sure you understand, because of the nature of the tournament, they have to work out mathematically the places for each of the teams. Sharp single there to Roach. Diving save by number 2 for the North Queensland Monsoons, Sam Lowry, former CQ Seamers player, current Queensland Country player, and has also played plenty of cricket here in Bundaberg in the Aussie Bundy Big Bash for Billy Moorhead's Headlands Pies last season.
Come on, Jay. Keep pushing here, come on, lads.
So 3 overs gone. None for 21. Well bowled, beats him outside off. Lofted straight down the ground, clears the boundary, and 6 runs to Jake Roach. Picks up where he left off last night. I think he hit about 5 maximums in his century last night. And that completes over number 4. Over number 4. And they've moved the score along to none for 27. Change of bowler. Change of bowler at the northern end here. In shirt number 4, Justin Dixon, very experienced cricketer from the Townsville region. Played plenty of representative cricket for North Queensland and Queensland country. Coming into the attack after Travis Bush took the new ball to bowl his left arm over the wicket deliveries. Now have Justin Dixon to bowl his right arm over the wicket deliveries. Reed on strike for the Fusion. And we've got our graphics up. Sensational. Makes things a little bit easier for everybody. So ball 1. Justin Dixon dots it up. Ooh, sharp, quick single there. Dixon picks up, fires at the stumps, hits, but Reed home and hosed. And umpire Sam Goswani calls that leg byes. Now we're still in the power play here at the moment, so only two fielders allowed outside the fielding ring, and the Monsoons have gone for a 3rd man and a very, very, actually more a deep backward square leg as opposed to a fine leg. Roach picks up a cheap single out to the square leg region. It's a little bit blowy out there for those people that can see our camera getting blown around a little bit up near the sight screens, and that's been lofted by Reed out towards the boundary. It's being chased hard but to no avail, and Reed will pick himself up 4 runs. And the Fusion are away to a good start here. None for 33 after 4.4 overs, as I'm joined by Chris Swan, Queensland Bulls Masters mentor, who's been working with the Gold Coast Thunder side, and they're also involved in a playoff game, but he's been good enough to pop up here and to do a little bit of commentary. What's happening over in your game, in your part of the Solder Oval venue there, Chris?
It's a nice start. We've won the toss at the bat, and picked off a couple of boundaries in all 3 overs. So I think I might be about done for 25 on the first 3.
Happy days.
It's a nice start. Boys are taking some momentum from their last one. It's a beautiful square Roach. Is this the Centurion?
The Centurion from last night.
Well, I can see why. That's a hell of a cricket shot.
Yeah, he hits them well, and in a little bit of a purple patch at the moment, and good on him.
That's the beautiful thing about tournament play, is you're playing so many games back to back to back. If you hit a rich vein of form, you can really capitalise and cash in.
Yeah, it's probably nothing more classic example there of Verenkamp from South East Queensland Stormers, who had a sensational carnival last year. Scored plenty of runs and looked the goods, and has struggled a bit this weekend.
I know we hit the carnival with some expectations, and Brendan Creevy, his mentor, told me to keep an eye on him, but we can tell that bowled him second ball. He missed out again yesterday, the second game, and just the bad run of form continues today. That's brilliant.
Hey, everybody goes through it, even the guys at the top. Back in the day, you would have remembered Greg Chappell getting duck after duck after duck, and everyone wanted him to pull the pin, but he stuck at it and came good again. Class will always rise above.
Q would have been very happy with this start here, going at 8s.
So change of bowler at the southern end into the attack in shirt number 9, Dan Gartrell. Yes, he does.
It's the last over of the power play at none down, hitting downwind. I'm sure that Roach will be looking to capitalise. Got away with one there. There was a full toss, and he knows it too. Roach has missed out there. Full toss on his hip, and didn't get much on it. So slashing tries the slashing cover drive and just outside edge it, and that's the fortune favours the brave in the power play. He's edged that down past short third man for a boundary, and FNQ moved to none for 47 in the power play in the last over of the first power play. Tried to go big again. He slapped him over cover for 2.
He's going to get hauled in. Good chase.
Might be one on the throat. No, let's settle for the 2. That's the power play, and 49 without loss after 6 overs.
Well, the Fusion really taking it to the North Queensland Monsoons in that power play. They'd have to be very happy, the coaching staff from the Fusion, with that sort of a start. It's now going to be up to the Monsoons to work really, really hard here to haul these guys back in. Over number 7, we'll see a change in the bowling attack at the northern end here for the Monsoons, and it'll be interesting to see what skipper Craig McElligott is going to do here with his field as far as what sort of boundary riders he's going to work with. And already he has got a deep cover out towards the tackle van's light pole.
No,
he's got a long on. He's got a deep mid wicket, and he's got a deep square leg. Oh, and now he's sending a long off out as well. So he's gone straight into defensive mode. 5 boundary riders, and he's got the bare minimum 4 fielders inside the fielding circle as Chris Stanger comes in to bowl his left arm Chinamans, left arm wrist spinners. Stanger, very experienced cricketer from Townsville, having played plenty of cricket, not only for the Monsoons but also for diving effort there. Reed will pick up a single, having played a lot of cricket for the North Queensland men's open side along with the Queensland country men's side over a number of years.
And this could be a bit of a grudge match for him. Didn't he come from FN Far North Queensland as well? Yeah.
About 10 years ago. There you go. Thanks, scorer extraordinaire for the Monsoons, Adam. Local historian. Lovely sweep shot by Reed, just behind square. Oh, massive misfield, and that will be costly.
That's a coach killer.
4 runs, and the fieldsman hurls the ball back in.
Right in front of his
disgust.
His coaches down there.
Oh, yes.
He'll be getting the first shout later on, I think.
They'd probably be biting their lips too, hey? Right in front of the coaching staff. Oops, very short delivery, and the ball falls just short of the number 4 there for the Monsoons.
He's misjudged that.
Justin Dixon.
He thought that was carrying and really needed that. The Monsoons to break through this opening partnership, still chasing their first wicket.
Stanger's probably didn't deserve a wicket, that ball, but you take them because there's plenty of good balls that you bowl that don't get wickets, but he really banged that in short and it just sat up and said, hit me anywhere.
That's correct. What's the proverbial, what gets wickets?
Yes. Sugar, honey, ice and tea. It's over. 7 overs down. None for 56. Going for 8. Going for 8.
I'm going to quickly check out, and Darren Lehman's going to replace me. I'll talk to you soon.
Quick tag team there. Chris, enjoy spending your time. Oh, you guys are opposing mentors.
I had to get out of there because we were getting belted, so Chris can go and hopefully get us some wickets.
He's walking away with a big smile on his face, Darren Lehman. Welcome.
Yeah, they're off to a flyer over there, 10 and over for the first 4, so lost 1 wicket, so 1 for 40 off about 5, I suppose.
Breeze has got up a little bit more this afternoon, as it usually does here in Bundaberg. Just have a little bit of an effect on batsmen's decision making as opposed to which way they're hitting with the wind or hitting against the wind, and also captains making a decision on what end to bowl certain bowlers from.
It is going to be difficult.
6. That's hit the flagpole.
That's unbelievable. That's hitting with the breeze though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he gets it up and it goes all the way.
Yeah.
So it's one of those days. I think batters, if they can get in, they can score quite quickly and hitting with the breeze. So the best 4 teams are in the final. A couple of unlucky ones.
Yeah, CQ Seamers probably consider themselves to be a little bit unlucky, having won 2 games, but them's the breaks. I mean, in a tournament of such short stature, there's got to be rules to split teams into place, and they're the in inverted commas, unlucky losers, so to speak.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We called it earlier, didn't we? We said they were in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected Monsoons to get their runs in 7 overs, though. A big run rate change, and that just shows that you've got to play a certain way to qualify, and they did that. They got in, and now they're here, and a chance to play the Gabba, these 4 sides.
I don't think the coach from the CQ Seamers, that's 6 again. That's a fantastic shot. Don't think the coach from the CQ Seamers will be sending a Christmas card to the SEQ Stormers coach.
You're talking about Ken Healy and Brendan Creevy?
Oh, the mentors, the whole coaching department.
The whole lot,
I can't imagine them exchanging too many. The CQ Seamers are not going to be happy with the SEQ Stormers. In general, they would have hoped that the Stormers would have put up a much bigger effort to restrict the runs are being scored at such a huge rate. Mind you, the runs are being scored at a magnificent rate here. None for 72. Sorry, that'll be none for 76 now after that boundary of 7.5 overs. Herbie Hire's first over has gone for 17 runs with 1 delivery remaining. Here it is, bangs it in. And they still, Reed sneaks a single there after turning it down to backward of point. None for 18, we'll be interested to see if he gets another over.
Yeah, it's a good start, isn't it, from Fusion, and semi-finals is about getting a good start. Both teams that are batting first have got off to a bit of a flyer. It's a case of now trying to create some dots, get a couple of wickets, get some new batters in from a bowling point of view, and try and reduce the impact of the boundaries. And if you don't do that, then you're going to chase a big total. And if you're chasing a big total in finals, it can go one way or the other. The wickets seems to be beautiful. If you're hitting with the breeze, you can score quickly, and if you don't bowl so well, the ball can travel. So they've got to find a way to get some wickets, these guys.
Stanger bowls a fully. Reed loses his footing, does the splits. He's hit on the front pad on the full. Well, massive appeal for LBW, and not out from umpire Sam Goswani.
I'm not sure how that can be missing. I know we can't see it down the wicket, but it's hit him pretty full, didn't it? I mean, didn't bounce, so it just goes straight on with the arm. So unless it was outside the line.
Well, a little bit of byplay there between Reed and Stanger. A little bit of a chat between batter and bowler then. I'm sure there might have been an apology from Reed. Massive appeal again on Roach with caught behind.
Well, I think he almost walked there, didn't he? He was about to walk off.
It's all happening.
Yeah,
as the great Bill, as the great Bill Laurie would say, it's all happening. Stanger in again. Roach has just thrown his hands at the ball, and he's got an inside edge, and it is travelled at quite a rapid rate down to the fine leg boundary that was not guarded, and the result was 4 runs, and Roach 45 off 26, and as I said earlier in the broadcast, he's picked up where he's left off from last night. Smokes that through cover. Great piece of fielding out on the cover boundary there, and they pick up 2 runs.
Well, he's just picked up where he left off, didn't he? I mean, I'll tell you what was funny. I was in the lunchroom with all the players, and they're trying to work out who went through, and they were all waiting for the My Cricket app to update and see who got through. And it was amazing, the change, because I remember saying to you earlier on in commentary, the Monsoons were, if they got them in 7-8 overs, their run rate would go through the roof, and it did. And then it was a case of who was going to stay in. So it was a quality morning session. Fusion obviously finished their games last night, so they were sort of waiting on the results of our game, knowing that they probably were going to get in unless the ones that were going to miss out might have been us, a bit like the same if we played badly and the run rate scenario happened. So
yeah, so both the Fusion batters there getting a drink from their 12th man. I thought there might have been a change of boots in order for Justin Reed there after his gymnastics performance of doing the splits there earlier facing Stanger, but no, he's happy with his cricket boots. As we predicted, change of bowler at the southern end. Sam Lowry coming into the attack to bowl his right arm medium paces for the North Queensland Monsoons in shirt number 2 from the Western Suburbs Cricket Club up there in Townsville. About to bowl to Reed, who's currently on 31 off 26 deliveries. None for 84 off 9.
They're going to have to get a wicket, because if they don't get a wicket, this is going to be a big score. It's seriously the only way you're going to slow any sort of scoring down. But the way they batted and they're chasing the 100, I think they've got some firepower. I know Gavin Fitness will come in for me soon, but they've got some hitting power in their ranks, so it's going to be a case of these two that are batting continuing on for another 5 or 6 overs without losing a wicket. Then you're looking at a score of 180 plus, aren't you?
Well, I'll be interested to hear when Gavin jumps on the cans here in a moment, but when I heard that Monsoons won the toss and decided to send the Fusion into bat, I sort of thought, oh, okay, interesting decision, but they might feel as though they chased better than what they set a total.
I think most sides were probably going to do that.
Yeah, okay.
I think because he's just not sure with the wicket, the way wickets have played as such. This one seems to have settled down quite nicely today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I know the wicket over there stays pretty good, so I think it's a case of whatever you do, you got to do it well. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, in T20 cricket, the wicket doesn't change a lot. So the trick is, whatever you do it well. And at the moment, Fusion are doing it very well.
Yes, they are. Still hear a bit of talk happening out there with the Monsoon boys. Their body language is quite reasonable. They haven't dropped the bundle at all in any way, shape. They're still charging. It's still charging in. All wrapped on the pads is Roach, but umpire Cole Morris, he was not interested at all. He was walking away from the bowler. Not going to indicate. Sorry, he was just indicating to his umpiring partner how many balls were left in the over.
Yeah, there hasn't been too many umpiring decisions as such. There was a caught behind last over. I'd like to see what Gavin Fitness says about it. Now that's straight. That's not going over.
Well fielded by Lowry off his own bowling. Threatened to throw the stumps down, and Roach regained his ground very quickly. Welcome, Gavin Fitness.
Thank you, gentlemen.
North Queensland Monsoons Bulls Masters mentor. Looking very casual in the scuffs.
What do they call them?
Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks,
that's it.
God, you two. Come on.
I was actually given the tip on them by Matt Kuhneman.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Because I hid his from him because I thought they were that bad, but I borrowed them while I had them, and they were quite comfortable.
So they're Matt Kuhneman's, or did you go and buy a pair?
I bought my own.
Okay.
I sold Kuhneman's back to him. Yes, that LB certainly wasn't going under. However, we've got to keep in mind that Jimmy Moore does run the competition, doesn't he? It's total control of everything that's going on.
Well, it's interesting. You had the full toss, which, if that's not missing, the outside, only thing it could have been was outside off, and then a couple of balls later it was the caught behind as well. I thought he was walking off.
So did I.
So, interesting. A tough job umpiring, especially in windy conditions. You can't really hear if it is a nick.
Yep. You got busy Burbong Street over the other side as well. There seems to be plenty of noise comes from there, so it's difficult on the umpires. But
so they've switched. Stanger's gone out of the attack, and they've brought Herbie Hire back into the attack at the northern end, and he's gone for a boundary straight up by Reid.
Interesting move, because he had a good couple of shouts last over. Just changed it up.
And Hire over number 1 went for 18 at the southern end. They've switched him around to the northern end, and whether or not that's that wind effect type setup as well. I want to keep a couple of overs up their sleeve with Stanger, who, as we know, bowls quite well, can bowl quite well. Bit of a wicket taker. There we go. Out. LBW. Reid is on his bike for 37 off 29. Hire makes the breakthrough in the 10th over. 1 for 91, and the captain of the Monsoons, Craig McElligott, he'll be patting himself on the back for making that bowling change, I'm sure.
He's done well there. They needed that wicket as well. I mean,
absolutely.
That's all of a sudden, if you can get Roach at the other end, you've got 2 new batters in, you can actually start to control a little bit of the game, but you need a wicket somewhere because it just gets out of control. I mean, it's 90 off 10 almost now. You're going to have to try and wrestle control with Roach, get Roach out, and then you can get 2 new batters, whiz through some overs and control the scoring.
It's the only way to stem the flow, isn't it? By grabbing a couple of wickets along the way. We saw here last night where Roachy went bozo in the first innings, and then the Nitros come out and looked like they were going to give it a shake.
Yeah.
But then there was just a couple, a cluster of wickets, 3 or 4 wickets, and that was pretty much all she wrote. But this Far North Queensland side has, I think I said last night, they've got 6 fellas in it from Atherton where we played.
Right, for the Bulls Masters.
So I made a comment on the air last night that it was quite, I remember it was cold. Do you remember that, Buff? It was freezing cold. And well, Kylie Coleman from Atherton has sent me a message to let me know that it was the coldest day ever. And in that invitation 11 side, invitation team that we played, there was 6 of them. So there was Tom Borman, Dan Parnell, Chris Adams, Paul Nasser, Jake Roach and Justin Reid, all from the Atherton Cricket Club. That's great representation.
Yeah, that is.
One down the ground.
Yeah, that is fantastic for the area, isn't it?
Definitely.
They've got great facilities up there.
They have.
I think they beat us too, didn't they?
They did.
They beat us comfortably.
I wasn't going to mention that, but
they beat us comfortably too.
Did.
Yeah. They were picking on the old blokes. There's no doubt about that.
I just remember how cold it was because it was that windy. It was a cold breeze and it was raining.
My phone's getting charged. We can't pull up my Darling Downs scores, could we, for our viewers as well? And I know we're going around the park, but I'm seeing that they're sort of huddling, so they might have got a wicket maybe.
Well bowled again. So Australia needing 78 to avoid the follow-on in the ladies' test.
India being quite dominant, and there's a player for all our viewers out there called Jemima Rodriguez who played for the Northern Superchargers.
Right.
Leading run scorer, can't get a game, so they've got some depth coming through in Indian ranks. They're going to be a quality side to push the Australian team. They look a little bit off. They haven't played a lot of cricket Australia. But they look a little bit off.
Gold Coast 3 for 79 off 7.5 overs.
Oh, they're getting into us.
But they got 2 new batters to the crease.
Well, that's good news.
Clay Beams out for 26 off 13, and Dane Seed out for 35 off 20.
Well,
danger men.
Yeah, 2 danger men. The bonus there, as we're talking about in this game, very similar. The coach mentor won't be happy with that. He prides himself on his fielding, and if they're doing that sort of stuff, it gets a bit frustrating. But that's what they need here, the Monsoon. They need to get 2. If you get 2 new batters, all of a sudden you can actually squeeze 3 or 4 overs. Then the total's never going to get too far away from you. But there's still 10 and over in that game over there.
Yep. Whereas if we can go bang, bang, bang here, they'll get 140. That's
right, and that's the difference. You need to try and get those wickets.
Yep.
Because if Roach, we've seen him obviously last night, if he bats 5 or 6 overs, you're going to be chasing
big trouble.
170, 180 again, aren't you?
Well, they've changed their batting order slightly there in that Roach came in at 3. Today he's opened the batting because Parnell's normally been opening the batting. So I think they've gone with the approach of let's get Roach in there. He's in form. If we get him out opening, that means he gets to, if he gets away again, he gets to face the maximum amount of balls possible in the match.
I think that's a big part about T20 batting is your best batters facing as many balls as possible.
Yep.
Sam Lowry.
Well, a good first over. Needs to back that up.
Played some cricket at Sandgate in Brisbane a few years there.
We were saying earlier, Gavin, that I think the junior or the younger players have grown in stature in this tournament this year. They've started to take a bit more ownership of how they play.
Definitely. Yep. I bowled again. Down.
Oh, that's a tough miss.
Don't get angry, Gavin.
You'd still think it was footy season here at Salter Oval. The boys are trying to make the tackles. They just can't hold on to them.
And that was Captain Craig McElligott. It's dive to his right there, and I think he harbour bridged it.
One to deep mid wicket. Mind you, I do think that the ground is probably just recovering from the rugby league, because there's been a few bad bounces. Well, Sam Lowry over here earlier in the game just came in to pick one up and got the bad bounce right in front of the other bench to make it worse.
Yes, we made note of that. We couldn't quite tell if it was a bad bounce or not, but we did note that it was right in front of the coaching staff, and they might have been biting their tongues, biting their lips.
That's why I had to come up here, because they moved me away from this.
So Herbie Hire, he'll get another over after having a successful over in his last one, picking up the wicket, making the breakthrough and getting Reed out. Roach, 53. What a good knock.
He's getting away again. Another good shot. Get it? I think we probably need to have a look at bringing back Travis Bush. See if we can knock him over, because as you said, if he bats for another 5 or 6 overs, we're going to be in a world of hurt here. Oh,
that's up-ish.
Look out.
Is that gone? Oh, that's on the veranda, the Mel Breen balcony here in the Don Talon Pavilion. That is smacked into the balcony. Not sure where that's ended up.
It's a big hit, isn't it?
It is, definitely, yeah, absolutely.
We look at the replay. If we get a replay of that, he's hit that, and he hasn't even bothered to look where he just knew it was going. He was looking back down at his bat or his shoe or a pitch or something. He was super confident he'd go on the distance. Here we go. Here's the replay. Oh no, it did end up here.
We could have got it for you. Sorry, pal.
Sorry, boys.
That's how our
was
eyes,
on our veranda
that's
here.
how our eyes are going.
Gee, whizzikers.
Yeah. Been a good tournament again, though, hasn't it, Gavin?
It sure has. There's so much cricketing potential in the bush, all over the state. It's unbelievable. And I've got to say, Bulls Masters and the way that they try to capture that young talent and offer that young talent opportunities in competitions like this is just fantastic.
Herbie Hire.
Jeez.
Wide outside off. He's probably tried to over-adjust there in that didn't want to get into Roach's wheelhouse and get put over the leg side boundary again. It's a better delivery, well bowled.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, not backed up by the fielder there.
Be interesting to see the other games as to whether the deeper that we get into the tournament, whether the fielding slides away in quality.
Well, the interesting thing is it's quite a taxing couple of days, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
2 games a day. Yeah, and just trying to easy single there, but they get too tired. Like our keeper, for example, is not a natural keeper because one of the keepers pulled out Hawley, and Gillam is keeping for us, and he hasn't done any keeping for 6 months. So he was cramping yesterday, and he's done 40 overs again today. He said, I'll have a cold beer tonight, I think, regardless if they win, lose or draw.
Nice fielding at point there, well done. Yeah, and what I also noticed is our sensational first aid man over there, John, very quiet at the start of the weekend. Day 3, starting to have a few more customers as well.
He has been a little bit busy.
I've just had a bit of an update from the Wide Bay Wide Bay Southeast Queensland game, where Wide Bay are 141 off 18 overs. They've hit 11 sixes, so it's a good effort. Not convinced the SEQ mentor Brendan Creevy will be overly stoked about that.
We'll have to buy him a beer tonight. He's had a tough week, hasn't he?
I wouldn't be buying him anything, man.
I'll have to buy you a beer after that fielding performance just then. You missed that.
Actually, we need to make a correction here. Jake Roach and Justin Reid both play for Mulgrave, but they're in their invitation team that we played against. So they play for Mulgrave. They don't actually play for Atherton, but they played against us in Atherton.
Well, stacked side.
Stacked side. That's why we lost.
See, there you go.
Yeah. If we only had the 4 Atherton people, we would have won.
Well,
tell them that.
We need to have a look at the registration. You can't qualify if you're not a... Oh, well, we'll get those points back.
I actually played that game and I was still scared.
I'll just never forget how cold it was.
It was very cold.
Fuller delivery there from Lowry, punched down towards mid-on, and they pick up a single. Parnell picks up a single for himself and does the right thing and gives Roach the strike, which is a very sensible thing to be doing at this particular point of time of Roach's form streak.
And that's Gold Coast are 3 for 91 after 10.
Oh, that's ugly. Need a couple of wickets there.
Absolutely.
The bonus with that is that if you can pick up a couple of wickets and they're 5, you can restrict. But if they have a partnership for the next 5 overs, you're in a bit of trouble because it's quite a small ground over there, number 2.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But having said that, boys chased Darling Downs boys chased 150 and got them with 4 overs to spare.
Wow.
Just before. So you never know, but once you get over 160, 170 in finals, it's hard work.
Definitely.
And on that note, I'm going to leave you guys with it. I better go and watch my lads. See if I can walk around the ground and get a wicket, Gavin.
As you do. All good, mate. Good to catch up.
Thanks for joining us, Darren Lehman. Enjoy your time back over there with the Darling Downs Suns. Have fun. Good luck. Well, 14 overs gone, 1 for 115. So 6 overs to go here. From a Monsoons perspective, what are you going to be trying to keep the Fusion under? Realistically.
See, the thing is if we bowl well, and if we were good enough to go bang bang, you can slow them down. 6 overs, you could get them. Still reckon you could under 150 would be exceptional.
Yes.
But we're going to need things to go our way from here to be able to do that.
So coming into the attack at the northern end, change of bowler. So the ball in hand will be Mitchell Burton from Suburban Parks Cricket Club up there in Townsville. In heavy conversation and conference with his skipper, Craig McElligott, trying to get this field right, which is pretty tough at the moment to get the field right with the form that Jake Roach is in. We've still got 4 inside the circle at point, extra cover, mid-wicket and just behind square. And they've got the 5 outfielders at third man, cover, long on, long off and deep mid-wicket. Roach guides that down to third man, and you can hear on the effects mic, batsman calling just for 1.
It's going to be interesting to see if the NQ boy or the NQ bowlers have learnt from yesterday. That's well bowled. And Birdo in particular. He was fitting on the fence yesterday just after we'd spoken about bowling slower balls into the wicket. It didn't happen, and then all of a sudden they decided to try it, and they got 3 wickets in 4 balls or something, and
geez, direct hit there would have been out.
Would have been a great wicket, that one. So hopefully he's learnt something, and as you can see, he's rolling his fingers down the side.
Just have a look here at the replay. See how far out the batter would have been. Yeah, that would have been Gonski's. Anyway, he's still there. Parnell is still there.
Well bowled again.
Yeah, very well bowled. That's induced a false shot. Lobbed it down towards mid-on. Long-on's come in, Travis Bush, to clean up. But Roach still picks up a single.
Well bowled, well done.
There we go. There's the wicket.
It's a great over so far.
Plays it on, does Parnell. Cleans him up, middle stump. And that's the breakthrough that the Monsoons have been looking for.
And from a mentoring point of view, this is a magnificent over, because as I said, they just yesterday afternoon, just when they were coming hard at them, they just didn't change their pace the way that they needed to, and this has been a great example of how to adjust or vary your pace, make it hard to pick up the pace of the ball off the wicket as well.
So he didn't play that one with a fully vertical bat. Looks like he was trying to guide it through the point region, and it ended up being more of a bit of an under edge that played on.
See, if that had just been a regular on-pace ball, it probably would have went between point or through point. That's where he was going. He was going out, trying to go straight out through point. However, Roach is the danger man here.
New batsman to the crease for the Fusion, Wade Matthews, shirt number 4 from the Mulgrave Cricket Club up there in Cairns, or just outside of Cairns.
Well bowled again.
It's been a good over from Burton.
Very good over.
He's completed that over, picked up the wicket, and has only gone for the 2 runs and a leg by. So Burton, you would think he'll get himself another over after a great start there. Now what are they going to do at the southern end here? Sam Lowry has bowled 3 overs on the trot, but looks like they're going back to, is it Dixon?
Yep.
The experienced campaigner. Yep. Yep, Justin Dixon coming back into the attack after he went for 12 runs in his first over. Got treated a little bit disdainfully, and he got hauled out of the attack, but captain now giving him the ball to come in from the southern end and have another crack at the man that's on fire at the moment, Roach from the Far North Queensland Fusion. Once again, skipper of the Monsoons, Craig McElligott, taking his time to get his field precisely right.
He should be able to take his time too, because Jimmy brought the start time forward by an hour, so I was settling in, watching the Winner Manly Tweed
semi-final,
Trust,
which I haven't had the final score there, but I do believe that Winner Manly were well and truly in front at that time.
Yeah. But get the call. Oh, we're about to start.
Pull shot over square leg. 1, 2, 3 bounces over the boundary. 4 runs. And that takes Roach into the 70s.
Right, here you go, Jason. Have we had any batter in the history of the Bulls Masters Cup go back-to-back 100?
I
would doubt.
I would doubt that one. Yes, I know you set me the target, the goal of finding about century makers, which we spoke about earlier today. But yeah, he's still got a bit of work to do. But yeah, you're right. That would be some feat.
I've had the pleasure. One of those blokes you mentioned in the early broadcast, Brad Stout.
Yes.
Obviously coaching the NQ boys. Now
that's massive.
Miles.
That's big. That's gone higher than the light pole, and that is a maximum out onto Calvin Street, and the fielder, he's called a cab.
Hope he's got plenty of time. After it's gone a long way. Jeez.
I hope he's looked right, left, and then right again as he's crossing the road. Gee whiz. That's taken a good bounce off the tarmac, off the bitumen. He's on the medium strip. Oh yeah. Oh, how good is this camera work from John Devine? Gee whiz. I hope this ends well. He's had to go into the roadwork section.
He's got it.
He's got it. There we go. No lollipop ladies there to look after him. His mate's asked him to throw the ball back. Who was that? Chris Stanger. Throw it back. Hit a car. 78 off 52. Roach. And the Fusion powering on. 2 for 130 off 15.4 overs. Dixon have to use all of his experience to finish this over off really well here. 12 overs off 4 balls. And that's a lovely off drive for 1. Boundary protected down there at long off. He's in the zone, isn't he?
Very much so. Yes.
So Matthews has only faced the 1 ball. He's sort of been an innocent bystander out there for a number of these balls that Roach has been facing.
Small ball.
Jams the Yorker in. Well, he's finished the over off quite well there, Dixon. A 1 and a dot. He'd be happy to get out of that with that.
Definitely.
So Burton, can he follow up a sensational first over? 1 for 2. Batters having a mid-pitch conference there.
I don't think there'll be much to talk about. I think it's only going to be one. They're going to be going hard here, as hard as possible. Still 8 wickets in the shed.
Now, in your cricketing career across first grade cricket in Brisbane and your first class career, mid wicket conferences with your batting partner, was that all about talking tactics, or was it all about chatting about other things to keep each other relaxed, or a combination of both?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both, depending as to who it is that you're batting with at the time. I'd say. Yeah, it just depends. Some of the batters, are looking for every little bit of advice or every little answer, and some of them are just more interested in where you might be having a drink that night. So However, I think in the T20 version, I think when the new batter comes in, there's a lot to be said for talking them through, you know, conditions and because I still believe that the side that wins the T20 game is the side that adapts best. You know, you go out, you assess the conditions. Once you've made your assessment, then you execute, and if you execute, you'll win.
Yeah, I think there's more time in a first-class game or a test match with those sort of mid-wicket. Oh, that's smoked through extra cover, racing out to the boundary. The cover fielder on the boundary there, the sweeper, just didn't have the legs to get around to picking it up. And another 4, and Roach moves to 84. Yeah, it's very intense, obviously. Test matches, 4-day games, first-class cricket, even a 2-day game, you can have that. If you've spent a bit of time in the middle, you can have that little bit of a friendly chat. But yeah, information sharing. Oh, a dot ball. A dot ball from Roach.
'84 or 56. Can we remember what he got his 100 in last night? I can't.
I can't remember the exact balls, but I reckon it was less than 50.
What was it? Oh, stop it.
We might double check that, eh?
Well bowled. Fielded down the fence. Travis Bush. So it's a no ball, is it?
Free hit.
He's filled out a bit since last year. Travis Bush looks a bit stronger across the chest.
106 off 63.
Right. So
probably.
Tell you what.
Yeah, it's still what's that? 168.25 is his strike rate. So he's still got to be very happy with that.
Old Travis, as I said, he's filled out across the chest a bit, but as he runs in off the boundary to field that, his mullet's filled in quite nicely as well.
Oh, isn't it blowing in the breeze?
Yeah,
looks an absolute treat.
Absolutely. Let's get off the movie set.
Joe Dirt.
Well bowled, in the hole, that's where we need it. Just the one.
I know Burton's gone for 1 boundary in this over, but still, it's been quite a handy over, considering the punishment that the other bowlers have come in for.
And the big thing there is at the back of at the end of the over, Roachy gets down the other end, takes a single off the last ball and brings himself back down here to have another go at hitting it over the road, which I think we've seen him do quite a bit over the last night and today.
Yes, the fielder there in front of the Solder Oval sign, the Chalet Motor Inn advertising sign, he knows that he's going to be quite possibly in the firing line. And as much as Roach is timing the ball beautifully, there's always that chance that something will go in his direction that is catchable.
And if he gets it out of the guts, it's going to be a worry to the night owl up the road. Well bowled in the hole. I'll get it in the hand.
Oh, gee whizzikers. That's a little bit frustrating for everybody,
say the least,
from the Monsoons perspective. A little bit of a misfield there, and the batters turn it into 2 and gets Roach back on strike, more importantly for them.
I'll get 2 again here. Well done.
Great diving effort down there in the boundary. Yes, they've got 2, but they've saved the additional 2, which would have been obviously the 4.
Yeah.
Great dive. Well done. That's inspiring. Hoping all the rest of his teammates will be putting in the same amount of effort.
1 again. Fielded out there. It's shaping up because NQ, they've showed signs over the last 2 days. They didn't start very well, but then the last 2 games, they've been good. So hopefully if they can get away to a good start. One more. Oh, jeez.
I'm thinking Jake Roach is just going to be loving that bat he's currently using at the moment. He's helps when you middle everything, but it's a decent bit of wood. They're coming back for the second.
It's a long throw out there. A long throw. All right, so he's in the 90s. What is he, 93? 91? 93?
93 off 62. Didn't we say he got the 100 off 62? Yeah. What are you doing, Roach?
Yeah,
what are you doing, Roachy?
Supposed to get better. Oh, no. There's a wide.
I think you get to the stage as a bowler sometimes when you're bowling to a batsman like this, you just go, where do I put it? Where do I put it? When a bloke's in this frame of mind.
Oh, missed it. One down the ground. But once again, see what he's done? He's got down the other end. So he'll face...
Regain the strike.
On 94, 1 hit away.
And you might come up with a dot ball and think, you know what, I'm going to try and land it in that same area again and we'll get another dot ball, and the good batters can still do something with a ball that was previously a dot ball. They'll put it away.
These days, I mean, back in what was the older game, I'd say, you sort of like knew the batters' go-to zones and or where they were going to go. These days, you throw the ramp and the reverse and all this sort of business in. It makes it very difficult to predict where they're going to target you.
Yeah, it's a for the batters now. They've got to be able to play 360 degrees, haven't they?
Definitely.
So the bowlers are getting that good at landing.
No run.
Dot ball.
Yep.
They're few and far between. Bowlers are becoming that good at being able to just execute their skills so well.
Definitely.
Batsmen have to keep reinventing themselves to be able to.
Alberto can't afford to miss his length here, because if he does, he's going over the road. Well bowled again. 2 there, I'd say. Yep, they're coming back. Well fielded though.
Ooh,
great effort from Travis Bush down there.
That was close in the end. He's had to push himself there, Matthews. Great fielding, Travis Bush. Let's have a look here. Touches in.
Oh, yeah. Touch and go.
I think he would have just made it. But yeah, great bit of fielding.
Don't miss your length. Oh.
That's an awesome bit of fielding off your own bowling. Bit of self-preservation there. Got their head out the road. Just stuck the paw up.
This way I don't like the other option. It's, yes, good bit of fielding. Ringing his hand now.
And it will be his bowling hand too.
So what's he going? Pace off? I hope. No. Oh, he's bowled him.
Oh, wow.
It's
well, look, fantastic innings from Roach, and I know he'll be so disappointed that he didn't make the 100, as most people will be. You get that close, and an absolutely outstanding back-to-back innings from Jake Roach there, but look, well deserved from Burton. Burton's bowled tremendously well in his 3rd over, and well deserved, and you can probably put that down too. Great fielding off his own bowling, which prevented, the dot ball, which prevented Roach from getting the single and getting to the other end. And he's picked up the wicket. So well done.
Okay, so I need to reset now. What do we got left? We've got 8 balls left.
And you would have liked to have kept them under the 150 mark.
Yep.
They're currently 153. At one stage, they were probably looking at getting a lot more than what they're going to end up with.
Yeah. And I guess because, last night, the side that batted first set a big total. The Nitros didn't chase it, couldn't chase it down, but, this is, we're not quite sure what a winning score is on here yet. But at around that 160, 165 mark, you're going to be very, very competitive.
New batsman to the crease for the Fusion, number 14, Paul Nasser.
That could be out.
And you are right. Back-to-back wickets for Burton.
He deserves this too.
He's on a hat-trick.
Wow.
Catch taken there by Jamie Height from Suburban Parks at mid-wicket. And Nasser doing the right thing there from a team perspective. Just having to come out and go for it from ball one. And Burton's picked up his second wicket and he's on a hat-trick.
How many hat-tricks have we had in Bulls?
Oh, jeez, mate.
Sorry, mate. I'm giving you too much homework. However, I call it the square up because I used to, you being a teacher, about time someone turned it around.
Yeah, that one might be a little bit harder to find out.
I don't think there has been, has there? Surely.
Jimmy Marr would probably know.
Well, I know there's been one in our side.
Okay.
Luke Feldman went bang, bang, bang in the recent game in Emerald.
Oh, for the Bulls Masters, yes, he picked up a hattie.
Yeah. Some interesting footage getting around of it.
So who have we got here for the Fusion? Tom Borman, number 10. Left-hander on strike to Burton. Last ball of Burton's third over. Hat-trick delivery. Taking their time to get the field right. Wicketkeeper Zabala pushing his fielders around to get the angles right.
Oh,
would you say that's Snick City?
Yeah. It's painful.
Snick City, 4 runs. It'll be interesting if we do get a replay to see whether it was catchable. It went like a tracer bullet. It was very, very low. Here we go. Tough to see. The bowler was a little bit in the road there and his follow through.
Did he get something on it?
Well, here we go. No, it's falling short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough one. Falling short. Yep.
Good effort from Adam Zabala there.
He's been good over the last couple of days. Zabala, he's saw him this time last year. And I mean, I think, well, the wickets, I would say, from a keeping point of view, the wickets have been pretty tough to keep on. And he has been very good. He was good out at Kendall's Flats yesterday afternoon, under what I would suggest was pretty trying circumstances, with a bit of variable bounce, etc. But did a very good job.
So, Sam Lowry to come in to bowl the final over. He's bowled quite reasonably well in his 3 overs. None for 11. Final over being bowled from the southern end, which is what you want here at Solar Oval. You don't want the right-handed batter to be hitting towards the short boundary.
Well bowled.
And great start. Yorks. Matthews. For 3 runs off 6 deliveries. And look, these late wickets, they put a little bit of a handbrake. A little bit of a handbrake. I reckon at one stage the Fusion was was staring down the track of 175.
Yep. See, that's the thing is if this little cluster of wickets had have happened a little bit earlier, yeah, they would have struggled to get over that 150 mark. But as it's turned out, we've done pretty well to restrict them so far. Mind you, we've got 5 balls to go. It's got to be in the hole here too, I'd say.
Falling straight. 5 deliveries left in the innings.
Giving himself plenty of protection.
Reece Camilleri on strike. New batsman to the crease. Number 5.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Sam Larry again.
Sets himself up for an opportunity for a hat trick. Camilleri. Golden Duck. Six for 157. Well, the Monsoons are finishing strong here from a bowling perspective.
Really important too, Jason, that you bring momentum off with you. If you can bring the momentum off and then get back out there and your 2 batters up front can get your way to a flyer, you know, you can just drag the momentum all the way to the finish. That's what the Monsoons will be looking to do. They'll be looking to get this with finish these 4 balls with minimal damage, and then come out and chase them down. Should be an exciting afternoon.
So Ben Shrimpton, the batsman that has to face Lowry's hat-trick delivery. Plays for Barron River. Shirt number 6. Here we go.
Oh, it's a team.
Oh, he's missed it. It was nearly a team hat-trick.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Borman had given himself up.
Oh. Wow.
It was like a little game of backyard bocce or backyard lawn bowls there from Sam Lowry, who'd 9.5 times out of 10 he would have hit the stumps from that little underarm throw from that distance.
And
Fine.
And on the 10th time, you'd have to be drunk to miss. Wow. He could have ran him down. You'd be disappointed with that, Sam. Sets himself high standards. But more importantly, it only went for 1, so.
Foolish delivery, and Borman hits it straight to the cover fielder. They pick up a single, and Borman not happy with himself. Probably could have hit that anywhere, but drove it straight to the cover fieldsman. Lowry's happy he's got away with just another 1.
Yeah, you got to get it in the air because they're going to come.
Oh. They've picked up the 2. The ball wasn't taken cleanly by Lowry. I don't think the bails even end up coming off. No, the bails are still intact. Batsman made it home fairly comfortably. Righto, last ball of the Fusions innings. What will happen?
We'll field it again.
Great bit of fielding off his own bowling, Sam Lowry. What's going to happen here? And that is, they get the 1 for they get the single for the first run they've taken, and the run out is completed by Zabala. Great little bit of fielding there at the end by Sam Lowry off his own bowling.
162 to win, is it?
So the run out is completed.
163 to win.
163. Well, that will take some getting, obviously. But in saying that, it's not 175 plus, which was as we were staring down the barrel early on.
However, if you look at the other result, well, you look at the game before this, NQ chased down 107 in. It was under 10 overs.
Yeah, I was going to say it was around the 9 or 10 over mark.
And
yeah.
then yesterday they chased down the 122 in 14 overs. So I think there's enough information there to say that if they can get a good start, this could be an interesting afternoon's cricket.
The pitch, the wicket's not playing any tricks, so it's very even game at this stage, and we should be back here in 10 minutes time, so around 3 o'clock, viewers, for the start of the North Queensland Monsoons chase of 163 runs for victory. We'll see you then.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far North Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. If you get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Balls Masters like to say thanks to to the Brisbane markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Welcome back, everybody. Quick break there, 10 minutes changeover of innings. Fusion in the field, trying to defend their target of defend their total for 162. Monsoons staring down the barrel of a fairly big chase, 163, but it's better than what it was looking like at one stage. And they're off the mark. Nice little push from Sam Lowry. Just forward of point, and they pick up 2 runs. The other opening batsman for the North Queensland Monsoons, Dan Gartrell from Suburban Parks Career Club, shirt number 9. Lowry lofts this one down to the mid-on boundary, long-on boundary, and once again picks up a 2. Off the bowling of Wade Matthews for the Far North Fusion, who's opened the bowling from the southern end. Lowry's gone again, repeated the same shot, timed it a little bit better this time, and picks up boundary 4, which umpire Cole Morris duly signals. 1 ball left in the over. Great bit of fielding off his own bowling there. Matthews finishes the over with the dot ball. None for 8 after the first over of the Monsoons innings. Looks like it's going to be Blake Raper for the Fusion in shirt number 9 to take the new ball from the northern end, the White Street Gate end, as we sometimes call it here at Solder Oval. Scoreboard correction, sight screen being moved by for the batsman at the northern end. Captain Dan Parnell for the Fusion, having good chats with Blake Raper, the bowler, trying to get their field set accordingly. They can only obviously have 2 men outside of the fielding circle, and they've gone for the long off and the deep mid wicket, cow corner. The batsman on strike, Dan Gartrell, who's yet to face a ball in this innings. Mid-wicket just straightens up a little bit. Raper in and starts with a lovely delivery outside off, which Gartrell plays and misses that. So we were looking earlier that the Fusion may have been looking at a score of 175 plus. The Monsoons hauled that back in with a late flurry of wickets. Kept them under 165. It's still going to be a tough task for the Monsoons to get this win. But if they do win, and they're good enough to win, congratulations to them if they do so. Raper bowls, outside off. Gartrell swings, no connection made at all, straight through to the keeper. Fusion have got a first slip, a gully, a point, cover. inside the circle on the offside and on the onside, mid-on, mid-wicket, and a short, fine leg. Raper, off-pace delivery, slower ball, it's driven straight down to long off, and Gartrell is off the mark on the fourth ball that he has received. Left-handed Lowry now on strike. Field obviously needs to be adjusted. Wicketkeeper up at the stumps, getting the angles right. Justin Reid helping out his skipper, Dan Parnell. Sam Lowry, formerly of the CQ Seamers, and rocks onto the back foot and pulls that in front of square. 4 runs. And Sam Lowry is off and running. It's going to take an innings by someone in the top 4 of the Monsoons to really get them on the front foot if they're going to be a chance of chasing down this total of 163 that the Fusion have set. Is Sam Lowry the man? And he repeats the dose. A little bit straight of that pull shot, but virtually a repeat of the previous ball. Back-to-back boundaries for Sam Lowry there. And 2 overs completed. None for 17. Monsoons in pursuit of 163 runs for victory. Wind has got up here at Solar Oval this afternoon. It's quite breezy. Probably makes it a little bit more comfortable for the players out there. Particularly on day 3 of the carnival. Hasn't been overly hot here in Bundaberg. Quite pleasant conditions to be playing cricket in. Looks like it's Matthews to continue from the southern end. Wade Matthews. Bowling his right arm, medium fast deliveries. In he comes. Full length delivery. Gartrell hits it straight to mid on, and it's a dot ball. Well bowled, dot ball, full of length, straight through to the wicketkeeper. Fusion are quite chatty out in the field at the moment, which they should be, having just started their innings. With 163 runs on the board, they should be quite confident. It's a virtual replay of the previous delivery from Wade Matthews. Another dot ball. Well taken by Justin Reid, the Fusion wicketkeeper. Strays to the leg side, foolish delivery, and Gartrell has hit that to the square leg boundary for 4 runs. Just to bring you up to date with the other major semi-final out on field 2. Darling Downs Suns, they won the toss and they chose to bowl. They may be regretting that decision. Gold Coast after 20 overs, 5 for 195. A number of batsmen contributed in that particular game, in that particular innings for the Gold Coast. Seed 35 off 20, Beams 26 off 13. Wow, big hit. And 6 runs to Dan Gartrell off Wade Matthews' final delivery of his second over. And that pushes the Monsoons up to none for 27 off 3 overs, going at 9s. Clay Beams 26 off 13. Big Phil Tunnicliffe 39 off 31. Harrison top scored with 56 off 35. And Beattie 18 off 11. And there was 11 extras in that total of 5 for 195. So that will be a massive chase for the Suns Darling Downs over on field 2. And it's not a massive field out in field 2. Boundaries in a couple of areas are quite small. It'll be interesting to see how that game pans out. Change of bowler for the Fusion at the northern end. Looks like Will Robertson to come into the attack for the Fusion. Shirt number 2. Another Mulgrave Cricket Club member. I'm sure there'll be a number of other cricketers from Mulgrave Cricket Club watching the live stream up there in Cairns. And Lowry turns that one round the corner down towards fine leg. And they come back for a comfortable 2 runs. No leg byes, signalled by Sam Goswani. Out. LBW. Sam Lowry gone. 16 off 8 deliveries. Robertson makes the breakthrough for the Fusion. Sam Lowry didn't look entirely happy with that particular decision. Here it is on replay. Very open stance from Sam Lowry. A little bit obscured by umpire Sam Goswami's head there. Was on the front foot. It was a fair way down the track. And quite a look of disgust from Sam Lowry with that decision. But he trudges off the field, and it looks like the new batsman to the crease will be the skipper of the North Queensland Monsoons, Craig McElligott. And the left-handed batsman Lowry obviously dismissed. That makes it a little bit more easy or comfortable for the Fusion in that they'll have 2 right-handers at the crease, so therefore the field will not have to be changed quite as much. Bowler not having to change his line to accommodate the left-handed and the right-handed batter. McElligott square drives that straight to cover point, and dot ball, no run. Single down to long off, gets McElligott off strike, and Gartrell now at the striker's end. Gartrell opens up the face of the bat, glides that down to short third man, and he scoots through for a quick single, calling through his captain, McElligott. McElligott gets onto the back foot, punches that out towards the cover boundary. The fieldsman out there races in and gets rid of the ball quite quickly. They only pick up the single. That completes over number 4. 1 for 32. The Monsoons were going at 9s. 1 wicket, bring it back to 8 runs and over. And change of bowler at the southern end. The man who's been doing all the damage with the bat this carnival, number 11 for the Fusion, Jake Roach. He has a ball in hand at the southern end. Looks like he's going to bowl his right arm medium paces. Seems to be that everything he turns his hand to turns to gold this particular weekend. So the captain, Dan Parnell, has thrown in the pill and said, do your business. Turn it on for the boys, as he did earlier on today with the bat, and last night with the bat and in the field. Starts with a dot ball. Kelligott very watchful. Nice forward defensive shot. Oh, full delivery. It's been hit for 4. Roach apologises to the batsman. It's been signalled no ball by the umpire, Cole Morris. It will now be a free hit, but no warning to the bowler because obviously the line of the ball was not in line with the batter, therefore it's not considered. Oh no, I think he may have just signalled to the bowler that he's on 1 warning. We'll follow that up. Free hit and well bowled from Roach, full of length, very difficult to get under that. McElligott could only punch that out to cover point for no runs. Another full length delivery. Roach fields off his own bowling. Might have heard in the effects mic there. Fusion players urging the bowler to hit the crease line, so bowling full, bowling straight seems to be the order of the day. And McElligott gets an under edge there, flies down through the vacant slip region, and he picks himself up a single, which brings Dan Gartrell onto strike. Another dot ball there to Gartrell. It's been quite a reasonable start by Roach. 5 deliveries, 5 runs, and he'll be hoping to get away with a dot on this last delivery, which he has done so. None for 5 off 1 over. 5 overs gone, 1 for 38. And the Monsoons just being hauled back a little bit in their run chase of 163 runs for victory. And with that victory, if they make it, is a spot in the Bulls Masters T20 Country Final to be played at the Gabba later in the summer as a curtain raiser to a Brisbane Heat match. Possibly. COVID pending. So Will Robertson introduced into the attack very recently, in to bowl his second over, and that's been lofted down to long on, and 4 runs is the result. Nice shot by McElligott. Lovely lofted on drive there. Mid-on was up inside the circle, as it was still inside the power play. In fact, this will be the last over of the power play. So he's only allowed to have 2 fielders out, and his 2 fielders out are at long off and deep cover. Throws it up again, hits it high in the air, doesn't get onto it, lands just outside the fielding circle, but lands safely enough that the batsmen were able to pick up 2 runs. Paul Nasser had to turn, chase over his right shoulder. There's in no chance of catching that. Got enough on it to clear the infielders. Dot ball. McElligott looking to go through the leg side. Gets a bit of an under edge, bit of a mishit, and went straight to the square leg fielder. Will Robertson pushed that delivery through a little bit flatter, a little bit faster. Dot ball. Robertson will be wanting to finish the over off well here, having gone for 6 runs in his first 2 balls. And joined by Bulls Masters mentor for the Wide Bay side, Nathan Reardon, who's been touring Bundaberg.
G'day.
How are you, mate?
Good. Good.
How did the battle down at Kendall's go between Wide Bay and the Stormers?
We're going to win that one, by the look of that. They're, I think they're 7 for 50, chasing 150. So,
okay,
that will mean that Brendan Creevy will finish last, and me second last. But yeah, we actually put a pretty good performance together in the last game, so it's good.
6 overs down here, lads. 1 for 46. Fusion ended up with 162. They'll probably at one stage looking at 175 plus, but a late flurry of wickets by the Monsoons hauled them back into the game. That completes the power play. 1 for 46, the Monsoons, and at the same stage the Fusion were none for 49.
Ooh, game on.
Yes, very much so. Big loss though. Sam Lowry has been dismissed.
Yeah, right.
LBW, don't think he was too impressed with the decision, judging by his facial reaction, his non-verbals.
Oh.
Slap, long on, caught. And
that won't help.
No. Tell you what though, Jake Roach, he's the bowler. He scored a 90 plus today,
and 100
backing up the 100, and now he's picked up a wicket.
Yeah. Putting his hand up for player of the tournament.
Very much so.
He's a pretty good cricketer, Roche.
Nice catch out in the boundary there too. It's slightly windy conditions. Fielder had to do a little bit of work down there at long on.
He's got every bit of that too.
So that catch sees Dan Gartrell head back to the team boundary. Team boundary, the team bench. And just checking out who the new batter is to the crease. I think the batsman may have crossed.
No.
No, they did not. So the new batsman to the crease for the Monsoons will be Jamie Height in shirt number 10. He'll be at the striker's end from Suburban Parks Cricket Club. Welcome Brendan Creevy, the Bulls Masters mentor for the SEQ Stormers. Both these lads have been down at the Kendall's Flats cricket grounds with their respective teams in the throes of the final overs of the games. Whoa, that's a massive misfield there. Bowler won't be happy with that. Neither will the fielder, neither will the skipper.
Good afternoon, Jason. Good afternoon, Nathan. It's great to see you here on commentary again. Be part of this this semi-final. Might come down to the wire here.
It's going to be a good one. Looks like Gold Coast is on top over in the field number 2.
Yeah, you have to be very happy with 195. That's the biggest score of the tournament so far, I believe. For this tournament this year.
It is a bit of a smaller field, and we were sort of tossing around some figures there. Par was about 180, is what we were thinking there, with the teams that are capable of scoring that. Yeah, par 180. So yeah, 195 is just obviously a bit above that, so they're in the box seat. And this game here, you know, if you had to pick an early leader, Nathan, what's your thoughts here after 6 overs, 2 for 51?
Oh, if that, I was going to definitely say FNQ if that was out, but look.
Do runs on the board count for anything in this, especially chasing in a semi-final?
I think so. I still think it's relatively even though. It's going to be important that these two are probably here at 12, 13 overs though for them to win. It's one of those ones. If it gets up around 8 and over and you start losing wickets and you're chasing your tail, then
whipped out to square leg.
Definitely advantage FNQ, but these two boys can play, so. But as we saw, the teams that are scoring big scores, they got one of their top 4 or 5 batters getting a 60 plus, haven't they? And obviously Roche with 90 odd today. And
they're in at the end in the last 5 overs, you know, when it's vital. But at this point in time, you know, at 2 for 52, there's still a need for a couple of big overs to go their way.
Yeah, they're just going to have to. Obviously, we spoke about the breeze, so they're just going to have to target that end with the breeze, and they're just going to have to be smart from this end and try and pick up that sort of 5 or 6 and over and get your 10s from the other end. So
the power play over now that's been coming on, which we see so often, and has been damaging on this wicket as well because it's been a bit harder to get away. I'm not sure about that first innings, but it's proven to be a bit more difficult in the 7th over onwards.
Already up to 8.4, 8.5 and over. So yeah, it's one of those ones chasing. You can't give yourself too much time to settle in. I guess that's a very well.
Nice little
shot.
paddle sweep around the corner to fine leg. Will it run away for 4?
Yes, it will.
Ah, yes, it does. Just crosses over the boundary. 4 runs to McGilligan. And you're right. Yeah, one of these two guys has to be there in over number 20 or thereabouts to give themselves a sniff.
Actually, I don't really like that field to the spinner. Like he's going to go again, because we just spoke about the wind. Like that's you bat on that, you're getting 2 or 3 every day of the week. So
he's got no protection down there at all, has he?
So if he's bowling the correct line, he can put his 45 in there and just get rid of one of the points. Like it's a bad ball if he gets hit out there.
It's one thing having that gap there, Nathan. It's another thing hitting it. So
I'll be lapping every day of the week. Get back down on the knee.
So happy to cruise for a couple of overs, for like six and over for a couple.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, you'd like to keep going at 8.5 and over, but it's probably going to be a little bit of a lull here for a few overs and
pick up a couple of overs.
Yeah, these two guys have got to bat the best part of the innings, I think, for them to win.
So, do you think that they're into the mindset of targeting specific bowlers, or is it just so much we need the runs now off this over that we're going to hit with the wind, whoever's bowling, whatever it might be?
Yeah, I think the wind's going to be more crucial than the actual bowler.
Yeah.
At this time of the game, obviously, if you get down to that sort of 16 onwards, you're probably going to have to go from both ends if you're behind the game. But I'd certainly be just looking from one end at this stage, and we saw pretty similar in our game out at Kendall Flats. The majority of the runs actually came from the end with hitting with the wind. So not for the Stormers though. Not many runs come from either end.
We chose to try to hit into the wind just to
challenge yourselves.
Have a challenge. Unfortunately,
we tried that challenge yesterday and it didn't work very well either. But we've got quite a few under 18 players, and it's probably something that they don't actually think about really in the game. So I guess that's where the Bulls Masters players can add that little bit of insight, I guess, and hopefully they learn moving forward. And big Nas, he bowled really well on first night, just bowled back of a length, and he'll bowl a pretty good length on this wicket, I think.
So what's that, 13 overs, around about the 100 runs there, Nath?
Yeah, 12 to go. 8.67. That was a massive guess, but
no one would ever doubt your mathematics.
Just thought I'd
mathematics.
Sound confident. I know. That was pretty bloody close. It was 5-7, not 6-7. Jeez. Yeah. Ibby grammar maths just failing me a little bit.
Coming back for 2 there. Good running. Bit of good fielding as well, because he had to come in a fair way there. It was probably the guys that were in the ring that could have stopped that one, or because it was a bit closer to them. But very good running. So Nas is trying to bowl the ball into the wicket here. Hasn't used any pace offs, trying to get a bit of indifferent bounce there. It may have been a across the seam sort of delivery, that one. Hit the deck, vary your pace a little bit.
Shot. Like to see him put a bit more pressure on the deep fielder in that situation. Pretty bumpy sort of a field. There's been quite a few fumbles over the last few days.
Chance for 2 here. Bit slow out of the mark. A good fielding out there, keeping it to 1 out of deep mid wicket. Been a good over so far from Nas. Notice finishing out the over here.
Shot.
Single down to deep mid off. Good over that.
Pretty good over.
At this stage, the FNQ boys would be thinking they're happy to give away the singles, bowl for the singles, protect the boundaries.
Yeah, I think so. Looks like we're going to go into the last 10 overs needing sort of round about that 9 and over mark. So,
and the with the invention of the T20 format, 9 and over doesn't scare people anymore.
No,
you know, it's something, it's common. It's something that, okay, we can do that. You know, hit our singles, hit our twos, and the occasional 4, even 6 will come. But this has been a bit of a different wicket over the course of these couple of days. So 9 will certainly be a challenge for them. But yeah, wickets in hand, anything can happen here.
So Ben McCartney into bowl his right arm leg breaks.
Hold. Yeah, they're probably talking in the middle, and they probably know that they're only really they're one big over from sort of having it back under 8. So they don't want to let it get too far away, but it's certainly not to the point of the game where you'd be stressing too much.
And Captain McElligott there is obviously in charge of the innings at the moment, so he'd be taking on the responsibility here. He's a set batsman. He's had a great tournament to date, so he'll be taking it all on his shoulders.
Played.
Good bit of running.
JJ's actually started his innings perfectly, though, to be honest. Coming into those middle overs, if you can sort of aim to be that sort of 10 off 10, then you're only really one boundary away from striking at 140. So and this might be the boundary.
Got back quickly there.
No, long on's come around.
Been a good over to date. Just got the singles off.
Roach down here at long on. What can't he do?
Golden hands.
Well, so I wasn't not sure if you guys are aware. Ben McCartney is the son of the Nitro's coach, Dean McCartney. So he's a Mackay boy.
In relation to Paul?
Nephews.
I think that joke was done last night.
Was it? Okay.
Redo?
Yeah.
You were here actually.
You
Nathan.
were here.
How come you didn't hear that?
I was here. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a physio and works up in Cairns.
Off the topic of cricket, who you on tonight, boys?
I'm a big Wayne Bennett fan and keen to have Souths finish it off for him.
Yeah, I'm with you, Creeves.
Yeah,
I'm more than happy to see the Rabbitohs get up.
Well, wouldn't be right if we still went south, would it? I'll go Penny Panthers.
That's okay. I'm happy to be opposite of you, Nathan.
No, I regardless of your opinions, I do. I think the Penrith Panthers are going to be too good. I think it's going to be a very good final, though. I think it's going to be very tight.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much in it. A lot of people are talking up that Penrith will win quite comfortably, but I think Souths I'll stick it to them. Bennett knows how to prepare them. 10 overs gone in the Monsoons innings. They are 2 for 72 at the same stage. The Fusion were 1 for 87.
And trouble here.
Not ideal.
Going for the big hit. Took his eye off the ball and loses his off stump there. So good bowling. Big Nas.
He's just a handy cricketer, Nasser, isn't he? He
does the basics.
Yeah. He's a good man to have in your team. Here we go. Replay. And on your bike, son.
I feel like he's one of those cricketers, and they're crucial in T20. He just knows what his role is, and he does it very well. He seems to think about what he's trying to do each ball with that end ball. So, and they're very handy in a T20 side.
No, but and JJ, look, you would have noticed in the replays there he's standing well over his crease. Perhaps they thought, halfway mark, we're going to take on the attack here. This is my responsibility now to get one of those big overs that we've spoken about. McElligott, you keep doing what you do there, but we can't let the run rate get too high, so I'll take it upon myself here. Obviously, it's backfired on this occasion, but there needs to be someone who continually will take on the bowling at this point in time.
So Jamie Height was the dismissed batsman for the North Queensland Monsoons, and he's been replaced by the number 7 for the Monsoons, Chris Stanger. At the striker's end.
He's an experienced player as well that's been around a long time, knows what would be required to get the boys home here, but needs to be busy straight away.
And chipping through forward of square leg there, mid-wicket region, and off the mark from ball 1. McElligott's still there, and I think while McElligott's still there, the Monsoons are in with a chance.
I think so too. He really has to be the anchor of the innings now. He's got to score at, at least at 100, run a ball. He's not going to take any risks at this stage, but as long as at the other end there's some runs flowing.
Great camera work. John Devine picks up the RACQ Life Flight helicopter that's heading around to the Bundaberg Hospital. Hopefully everything's well and truly okay there. Oops, a little bit of a misfield there. Oh, batsman's down at the non-striker's end. Hopefully there's no injury, but we do have the helicopter just in case.
Might be wise that we keep an eye, report out about how the other game's going as well. Just, I know that there's some, certainly the Bulls Masters, the mentors are at war with each other at the moment around those games. So a lot at stake here. As he bunts a single down. Just keep doing his job, captain.
Darling Downs in pursuit of Gold Coast 5 for 195 are currently 3 for 57, and 2 key wickets are out in Vanderkoij, out for 18, and Chris Gillam out for 14, and that is off 9 overs.
Well, they're up against it now, the Darling Downs boys.
I would say that is game, set, match over there.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to come back from.
And the screws just keep tightening here with FNQ. So, what's that, after 11 overs, is it? 3 for 76?
Yep, 11 down, 9 to go. And it looks like McCartney to come back into, or resume his spell from the northern end.
And what's that? Not quite at 10s now, 10 and over. Once it gets up to 10 and over, though, it starts to escalate pretty quickly. So, yes, McElligott is anchoring the innings here, but certainly Australia needs to start taking some risks here, boys. Otherwise, the 10 and over will start to climb really quickly.
A little bit of a worry there. The fusion throw came in from the offside, backing up. Fielders from the leg side probably arriving a little bit late there. They'll be on their game. Don't want to give away any freebies with overthrows.
Mm-hmm. This might be a big over, I think, here. No, I think Australia's going to have a bit of a crack, take on the boundary.
Drives it down the ground off the back foot. McCartney in. Throws that one up.
Oh, bowling quite well. But
single to McElligott.
Something will happen this ball, I feel.
I'm calling it.
I'm calling it. Well, it's going to have to if it just short of 10 and over. We've got 3 singles of this over so far.
Gone for it. It's a skyer. The keeper's looked at point. The point's looked at the keeper, and in the end, neither Reed nor Nasser got anywhere near that.
Well fielded, Reardon.
Dear. Oh, now
they're into each other.
They're into each other. They might have to settle that over an amber ale later.
But it didn't hurt too much. It was still only a single in the end. But yeah, something did have to happen, that ball.
Who's catch, boys?
Keepers.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. And he needs to accept responsibility there, because I wouldn't be getting an argument with Big Paulie Nasser.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd just say, sorry, mate, that was mine.
Yep.
So last ball, the over. Does Strang go again here, or does he get to the other end to try to hit with wind?
With wind. With wind.
So just bunt the single.
Which he's done.
And then take on this over.
So 12 gone, 3 for 82.
82 off 8.
6 runs off that over. That's a win for the Fusion.
So now needing 10 and over, this is the over that they need to target.
Well, I think they need. I think realistically they need 12s from hitting from this end.
Yeah. So if you're out there batting now, you go with the wind. I'm looking at 12s against it. 6 plus.
Yep. I mean, get 2 overs to 12 from this end, and all of a sudden got it back down to a reasonable rate. But it's well bowled. I mean, it's the situation of the game now where they are going to have to take some risks. Otherwise, they're just going to be too far behind the game. And saying that, it is only 10 still, but once you start getting up to 12 and over for those last sort of 7-8 overs, it gets pretty tricky. Oh,
full toss. Just watching the umpires to see whether there's any sort of issue with the no ball there.
All clear.
Now, based on the field setting for Nasser here, you would think that he's just trying to bowl full and straight here, hey?
You'd think so, and the lack of pace. Happy to give away singles. A single from here on is a win. You're not thinking about your bowling figures. You're just thinking, doing the basics, protecting the boundaries. Big ball coming up here. Ball 4 in the over.
They bowled really well to their field there,
haven't they?
So they bowled him.
He'll come back for 2 here. Been a good over so far from the FNQ boys, but he needs to finish it off here.
6 off so far.
8 off, or 5,
6
7
off.
off. Yeah, something like that.
6 off.
6.
2 plus 2 plus
sorry,
1 plus
mate,
1. Yeah, 6.
So he'll be looking for a big maximum here.
Big bomb here would be good. Oh, he hasn't got it, I don't think.
That's very uppish. Long on getting underneath it. Going back, has not judged it very well at all in this breeze, and 4 runs.
Not ideal for the...
That's showing you the power of the man, though, strength. Just all shoulders into that. So, still the last ball now. The boundary they needed. They need another boundary here.
Okay, he just keeps going.
Well bowled. Great bit of fielding, Nasser. Direct hit, but McElligott makes it home.
Nice over.
That was well done from Strang as well, getting himself back on strike.
11 off.
Will that drop catch come back to haunt the Fusion?
Tough over now, heading into the breeze. Nathan's still got to keep going.
I'd be bringing the lap back out. I would anyway.
Yep. You're not out there though.
That's
so
right.
What would you say about for Stranger?
Yeah, bring the lap out.
Okay. Has he even looked like playing it yet?
No, he hasn't.
But in saying that, we've got a deep backward square and no one else. So there's 2s or 3s there every time.
Spin.
And that's well bowling to his field.
Yeah, he's not really giving him. He's not really giving him a chance to lap it, is he? He's going quite wide.
And dot balls are gold at this point of the game as well.
Looks like he's going to give up a boundary. He's happy to give it up out there.
Reverse sweep. What's he appealing for there? 'Cause the keeper did not gather that in.
It may have been a bit of glove or something going through there.
They've become a crucial part of a lot of T20 teams around the world, leg spinners, haven't they?
Oh, yes.
High.
Here we go, under it, and catch is taken at long off. McCartney picks up the wicket of Stanger. And the Fusion boys, they are pumped to the eyeballs over that dismissal, because I think they realised that those two batters, if they got going, could take the game away from them. Built up a little bit of a partnership there. Here we go with the replay.
He really had to go there though, so understanding the nature of the situation, the nature of the game at the moment, being just over 10 and over, can't afford to hold back, so he needed to go. Then anyway, took on the long boundary into the breeze and paid that penalty. So perhaps the idea of the lap sweep or playing behind square somewhere was he tried the reverse sweep, didn't pay off for him. Yeah, if he had got away with a few of those, he may not need to take on that long boundary. But some great bowling there by the FNQ boys and fielding and catching. So pressure right back on McElligott now.
New batsman to the crease for the Monsoons in shirt number 8 from the Brothers Cricket Club, Herbie Hire. McElligott obviously took strike there because the batsman crossed after that previous shot from Stanger. And McElligott on his way.
Herbie now, his goal is he can't take too long to settle in, so you do that and the 10s go up to 12s, up to 14 and over pretty quickly. Let's see how he finishes this over.
Throws his hand at the ball. Lofted drive down to long off. Super throw that hits the stumps but results in an overthrow.
Which isn't a bad result there for the boys, because they want Herbie on strike for this. I believe it's the last ball. He can probably get a single, get himself in, and then he can let loose hitting with the breeze next over.
Last ball of the over. Oh, he's banged that in short. Got away with that because of the sweeper out in the cover boundary. Takes care of that. Keeps it to 1. And that completes over number 14. 4 for 97 in pursuit of 163 for victory. Batsman having a mid-wicket conference.
So what's that? 66 off 6.
6
overs.
Yep.
They'll take the tie in this situation. So we're at 11s here. Nass coming in to bowl again. Herbie's got a bit of a licence this over.
Strays down the leg side does Nasser, and he has hit that. It's rolled just over the boundary for 4 runs. Great chase. Not quite enough there from the Fusion fielder.
Noticed Herbie also limping between wickets there when he was running, so I don't know if he's picked up an injury over the course of the carnival or he hit his foot there on the way through, but definitely a much needed boundary there for his team.
Squirts that out to square leg and picks up a single and gets his skipper on strike.
So it's probably time now where McElligott has to contribute now, so pick up the boundaries when he can, or at least the 2s. Pressure on the rest of the boys, rest of the fielders.
Full and straight, and a dot ball. McElligott disappointed in himself there, not being able to put that away for something. Wild swing outside off stump. Once again, no bat on ball. And obviously at this stage of the innings, that's key.
Well, 2 dot balls in a row. That's, yeah, at this time, especially at this point where they're needing 11 and over.
Gold.
And there's only 5 off 4 balls, so.
Shot. Done that easy.
2 bounces. 4.
Beautiful shot.
Moves McElligott into the 40s.
Yep, he's going to have to be 70 not out, I think, for them to win this game. Maybe more.
Probably a little bit more, I'd say. Well, we've got a bit of a delay while the ball gets retrieved from
it's
the oval.
snuck through the fence again.
And a few of the SEQ boys doing this trip occasionally over the course of the carnival.
We had one earlier today that ended up in the roadworks over there.
Oh, yeah.
It's hit the bitumen and has just taken off. Ended up over in the roadworks. Oh, here we go. It's good camera work from John Devine again. That one.
It's all the way over on the other field, I think. 122 they need from 6 overs.
Well, is that in the Darling Downs
best wishes
Gold Coast game?
Yes. So as predicted, and what are we? Stormers have kicked, but not enough. Wide Bay Flames have won theirs, and the Seamers look like they're going to cruise to victory against Mackay Whitsundays. 24 off 9 overs.
Last ball over here from Nass to McElligott. Same area.
And same result.
2 much needed boundaries there to finish out that over.
Now, question: Do you think sometimes in T20 we can over bowl the bowlers? Do you think they were thinking that far ahead and going, right, well, let's get Nass in his last over? He was getting quite predictable, bowling the same ball.
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I think he was trying to hit the hole there and bowl the Yorker for those last couple. He'd bowled 2 dot balls prior to that, so it was a bit unlucky there in the first ball of that over that got the edge down to fine leg. But yeah, just missing that mark in his execution, but he's been really good up until then. So I think, yeah, he wasn't over bowled. He was doing a great job up until then. So, but this is a crucial over now. He has to hit into the breeze here, take on the spin.
15 overs gone. 4 for 110, the Monsoons' current score, and at the same stage, the Fusion were 2 for 118. So they're not far off it. Wickets is a little bit of an issue. But yeah, interesting question you asked there, Rido, and you having played your fair share of BBL, and you're often seeing captains and bowlers talking quite often before a bowler bowls a ball, and ooh, reverse sweep attempt, no run. Setting fields for specific balls and then changing them on a regular basis. What's your experience with that? You'd see quite Brendan McCullum and Chris Lynn doing that quite often.
Yeah, I mean, every captain's different. I mean, Baz, what's that? Yeah.
Falls short, great effort from Roach.
Baz was very attacking as a captain, I guess. I think he sort of set fields almost just to get in the batter's head rather than... He was changing it quite regularly, and that's sort of keeping the batsmen on their toes and thinking, oh God, what's he trying to do here? But a lot of the bowlers and captains just speak about setting a field to the ball, the best ball you... Oh, no.
Caught and bowled opportunity here.
The best ball you want to bowl, and if the batter gets it away, then good on him.
And that's McElligott.
Huge wicket.
That's a massive wicket for the Fusion.
And ideally you want to be batting to the end, obviously, but the runs just simply weren't coming. He had to take on the spinner and hit into that breeze. Both batters have to do it at this stage. So, yeah, the game dictated that wicket. He could have just kept cruising along as he was, but yeah, unfortunately, didn't quite execute that, and we see them.
The good thing is, I mean, yes, they've got to keep going, but they haven't let the game get too far away from them. They're still only around that 10 and a bit and over.
And it will only take one really good over. If they can have an over of 18 to 20 runs,
100%,
then whoop, they're right back into it. But they've got two relatively new batsmen to the crease. Well, one definitely new batsman to the crease, but Herbie hasn't been out there for too long. And that's where having McElligott that go for the duration of the innings would have been a lot more effective. But as you said, he had to go for it.
And coming in, so is it 5 overs after this one? Or
4 overs after this one.
Yeah, so he didn't do the lap sweep there, Nathan, but he got the inside edge down to fine leg, so
he's struggling.
He's struggling between the wicket.
Yeah, did he actually get... I know he's struggling with a bit of an injury, but has that made that worse? Did that hit him, or...?
Looks like his knee, or he's having some trouble with his upper thigh, perhaps.
Mitchell Burton's the new batter for the Monsoons from Suburban Parks in shirt number 12, currently at the non-striker's end, hasn't faced a delivery yet.
Do you think McCarthy, being a physio, might help him out? Yeah.
He's got
Send
all
him
of that
a bill.
one.
Well,
but look at him standing in the crease there too. He's really struggling there, Herbie.
He is in big strife, despite Herbie having gone bananas on that particular delivery.
I think a great way to finish the over there. Now at 5 for 121 with only 4 overs to go.
I wasn't watching. When did he do was he running between the wickets?
Yeah, we're not really sure when it happened, whether he's brought into the game or...
Gavin Fitness, the Masters mentor, NQ, waddling along.
He's waddling a bit now, isn't he?
Yeah, what's the rule for a runner these days? Because I remember it was you had to have an injury to have a runner, but then they changed it to it was virtually you couldn't have a runner at all.
I don't think you can in T20.
No runners anymore.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. So with 2 overs to go from the hitting with the wind, this being one of them, I can't see Herbie running too hard. So if he's getting on strike for a single, it could be game on.
He looks quite distressed. He looks like he's in a fair bit of pain out there, doesn't he?
He doesn't. There's not going to be a quick single.
Roach into the attack after having bowled 2 overs, 1 for 11, and Burton bunts it down straight.
It's just kept going. It's a great shot.
4 runs.
Yeah, I don't think...
He's timed it perfectly.
Was that his first delivery?
Yes.
That was a good whack.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Herb's looking to push that one. Come back for 2 there.
No, he wasn't looking forward to it anyway. But
might be putting a little bit of mayo on it, maybe.
What was that?
Oh,
and is that going the journey as well?
That's a big one on the road.
6 runs.
10 off 2.
And let's watch the umpire's signal here. No, they're happy that it's not a waist-high full toss. Waist-high no. Oh, the batsman was signalling that to the square leg umpire. He obviously thought it was a lot higher than...
Well, this is a big 4 balls.
Well, we know that we'll probably get a replay of that because Johnny Devine's such an amazing cameraman. He would have got every angle. While we've got some time while they chase the ball out on the main road.
I think, yeah, Mitchy Horrigan's on the job.
Couldn't quite see there, but the trajectory was that it was going to be.
That was the bunt.
Oh,
that was the
right.
4.
Yep.
That's the next ball that went for the Zach.
Yeah, this is, like we said, there's 2 overs from this end. So the first 2 balls, we've gone for 10.
No, fair game. Regardless of whether it's a no ball or not, you probably don't want to be bowling there in this situation.
He's missing his mark, isn't he, Roachy?
Bangs that one in. And no bat on ball. It seems to be a bit of a thigh problem by the looks for Herbie. He keeps a little bit of self-massage on the right quad in the vicinity of the thigh pad.
Single down the ground to mid-on, no chance of coming back for 2. I think for the benefit of the team here, Herbie's going to have to go hard because they'll be losing extras if he's not hitting the boundary. So could be a big 2 balls here.
What we also have to take into consideration too is in the last 2 overs of the Fusion's innings, they lost 5 wickets.
Single down the ground there. Well, this won't be a bad result if they if he gets the single. So he's on strike for the next over. But he'll certainly be trying to clear the fence if he can. 5 for 133.
And with this field set, he's virtually, the batsman knows where the ball should be delivered.
Oh, that's a
down
great
the ground,
shot.
great
and that's
shot.
Straight, didn't quite get up.
I thought he hit that better.
No, I did
all
too.
of that. One's better than none.
Bad bit of commentary, that.
Sorry, it's you, Nathan. So 5 for 134 with 3 overs to go.
13 runs off that Roach over, which was obviously very productive for the Monsoons.
So
30.
18 balls, 30 runs. You think is a real chance? It's
a flip of a coin now, I think.
You got a wounded warrior at the non-strikers end there.
I'm gonna put. What have we got? It's 18. I'm gonna put FNQ just in front.
Yep. Oh, as well, knowing that they've got 2 overs where they're hitting into the breeze, that's certainly a tough ask for them. But here we go.
Left arm orthy.
Will Robertson, yes.
Yep. I'm going to go with the FNQ.
You're still lapping here,
Yep.
Nathan.
Yep.
Oh,
not that ball though.
Well, that's actually gone into no man's land. There is no fielder down there at all. He's just slapped that, and it's going to roll for 4.
Oh, that's not.
May not want to have go there, but
that's not a very good ball.
It's got the result that he's wanted to.
No, he's rubbing his hand on the ground there. That was nearly a no ball as well, above the waist. But
spinners always do that when they bowl a fully, though, don't they? Hey?
Yeah. It's like batsmen, every time they nick, they look down at the wicket.
Garden.
Yep. Can't believe the wicket got me out.
I usually hit it to cover, so I had no excuse.
Good start to the over.
Ooh, man out there, but no, it's only going to land short. Pick up 1, so 5 off 2.
Jeez, it's going to be a good one.
He's going to have to go to, I wouldn't suggest you be hitting down the ground. You're going to have to go to mid-wicket. But that means Robertson needs to be bowling outside off stump and very full.
Oh, he's gone across. He slapped that, and that is going to be
out.
An
great catch.
Outstanding catch.
He dropped it.
it.
He's dropped it. Bugger, he had it.
Oh, gee
He had it.
whiz.
He's dropped it as he's hit the ground there.
Yes, he's launched himself to his right there.
That would have been a screamer.
And I think he's held it right the way through to his hit the ground.
Still only one run as well.
Here it is in replay. Dive. He's got it. He's got it. He's still got it. He's still got it. And out she came there. Oh.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So had to keep that left arm down. He could have nearly claimed it.
Benny Shrimpton.
Spoken by a true uni player.
Oh, I was just going to... You just beat me to it. I'm like, that is definitely out at Sandgate back in your era. Oh, that's
got
big.
that one.
Flat batted. And 4 runs.
Ooh.
Well needed.
8, 9, 10, 11 off the over with 1 ball remaining in Robertson's last over.
He's still got to keep going here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. I don't.
Keep going square.
It's been an ordinary over.
Yeah, back of a length.
Just
needs to be bowling fuller
and wider.
Just throwing that one up.
I'll take the single.
Especially to Herbie. He's only really looking for one area of the ground, isn't he?
Yeah. Even if you're bowling over the wicket and outside off stump, fuller. So what's that? 5 for 146.
And at the same stage, the Fusion were 2 for 151.
I think I'm going to jump now. I'm going to go the other way, I think.
Jumping
so
camp.
17 off 12.
Yeah, I'm going advantage NQ now.
Yeah. I wonder what Bulls Master Gavin Fitness is thinking. He'll be pacing a bit or waddling around now, wouldn't he?
Well, he was very disappointed in the Monsoons fielding effort in general,
Yep.
but as we said in those last 3 or 4 overs, they picked up some wickets, but they improved their fielding. Took some catches.
Yep.
I think there was a run out in there somewhere, and they finished on a good note, and they've took a little bit of momentum into their batting innings.
Here's Roche. This is the big over.
Herbie gets off strike.
So 17, what's that? 16 off 11.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting there. This is the over though. You wouldn't want to leave yourself with more than 10 in the last one.
They can't pick up quick.
Can't put pressure on for a 2.
No, that's going to be the tough part, is it? Getting back for a 2 is going to be very difficult.
Full and wide here, Nath.
I think so. It's good bowling.
Just protect the boundaries. Give them the ones.
Basically saying, if you're going to hit me for 6, you've got to hit me for 6 over cover.
Is he also thinking, no fine leg there? That's an option to ramp?
Yeah.
Or is he just taking with the breeze, going downtown?
I think they've got to just try and aim downtown. I mean, a ramp into the wind's going to be a tough shot.
Or you can go the French cut option.
Very hard to get 2 with the limping man. If Roche had got over the bowler's stumps there, that was a chance of a run out, but
been a good over thus far. What a game.
you're also thinking here, I'm not certain the maker of the rules, but is there super over involved?
For the semi-final, I believe there is. All the other prelim games, no. I think this is a
hold.
Some great bowling, great execution there.
Right.
So 11 off 7.
I've always thought 160 to 170 is always the best game of T20 cricket you watch. keeps everyone in the game. 200's boring. No one's chasing that.
Except if you're Hobart Hurricanes against the Brisbane Heat.
True.
Against you, Nathan.
Yeah.
You were in the Heat then, weren't you?
Oh.
Big wicket. Big wicket.
Roach.
Papa.
Again, who else would it be?
The cocky.
What brings in a big over now then. Last over, 152. Is it 160, just clarifying, 163 to win or 164 to win?
163
to win.
To win.
Okay. So 10 to tie.
Yes.
Well, the benefit there, though, of Herbie getting out is that twos are back on the table now.
Mm.
You know, and he wasn't on strike, so...
Sorry, I missed that. It's 11 to win, is that right?
No, 10... yes, 11 to win,
11 to
10
win.
to tie.
And the new batsman to the crease for the Monsoons, Justin Dixon. Number 4 for Suburban Parks, experienced cricketer, played plenty of North Queensland country.
Well, great to have him at the non-strikers end, but I think if I'm, Gavin Fitness as the mentor, I'd be wanting Burton on strike here. And there's our bowler here.
Wade Matthews, number 4.
Pretty nervous, Nathan. You ever had the opportunity to bowl the last over to protect a win?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would give you that responsibility. But here we go.
Oh, no.
That is belted. Hang on. No. It's actually just hit the white picket fence down here in front of the Don Talon Pavilion.
That looked like it was huge from here.
He I don't know if we'll get the replay of it, but he just stood and watched it, and head went down straight away. He knew. He just watched it. Well, amazing start. So
pressure right back on the Fusion. 5 off 5.
This needs to be caught here. Pressure.
He's
dropped the catch. Wow.
Well,
Justin Reid.
He had the chance then, to just... You didn't have to hit that one for...
This has been a great chase. They've needed 10 and over.
Oh, absolutely.
10 and over for...
Plus, they were up to 11s there at one stage. So, but they still need, 4 off 4?
4 off 4.
New batsman. Would you bring someone in to try to stop a single here?
Dixon hits it straight to the fielder and was always taking one.
Yes. Because
you needed him to stay on strike then.
I think though, unfortunately, those cover mid wicket and square leg have got to be in. They've got to try and get a 1 here.
Yeah, dot
sorry.
ball. Yeah, a dot ball, and especially when the new batsman was on strike, try to keep him on, soak up a couple of balls, but. It's down to a big ball, this one.
Well, I think Borman's come in a little bit more. It's a ball late, but I think Borman's brought himself in a little bit more. I didn't actually see indication from the captain, but I think Borman realises that he needs to be on his bike there and charging in.
You think Jimmy Maher's calling out to the fielders down there?
Oh, he'd be like a cat on a hot tin roof down there.
He'd be 13 packets of smokes in, wouldn't he, by now?
Well, bowled.
Chance for a run out.
Out.
Run out. The dangerous batsman in Burton, but more importantly, I think that's a dot ball.
Dot ball, 3 off 2.
It's going to be.
This just reeks of super over, doesn't it?
Do you think
this has got super over written all over it?
Maher and Fitness have organised this.
Matthews took his time. He aimed. Didn't rush it, stayed very cool and calm. Well done, Wade Matthews.
Tell you what, if he misses this, you have a look at the backing up. No one there. If he'd missed that, it would have been an overthrow.
Sam Lowry actually missed one very, very similar to that when the Fusion were batting.
Gotcha.
Mind you, he did bowl very well, Sam Lowry.
Don't know why I'm nervous. I don't know why.
It's just that.
New batsman, Travis Bush.
The Bushman. So what's the situation here? 3 to win off 2 balls?
Correct.
Yep.
Both new batsmen, virtually.
Nice off drive.
He's got to come. Got to come.
Bush is coming back. Will he make it? Yes, he does.
Well, all fielders have got to be up now.
And I think the keeper's got to be up to try and get a run out.
Well, all fielders have to be up. They only need 1 to win.
So scores are tied. Scores are tied.
To keep Long on back. Have one in there, but keep long on mid-wicket back. He's an irrelevant man.
Third man's definitely got to come up.
Yep. He's signalling. He's asking.
And well, they've got
cover is coming
deep
in
square
now.
Is still out, or deep mid-wicket, I should say. And third man with 1 to win, they've got to be.
Yep. They just got.
Are they aware it's 1 to win, or they think they've still got 2 runs to play with?
And look, the other thing that could be in the back of the mind, they go the hoik for cow corner, they take the catch,
which
it's
is what
tight.
Nathan was saying.
Yeah,
I think
here we go. Here, 2 balls remaining.
One
ball.
One ball. Well bowled.
Hitting.
Oh! Wow. What a game of cricket. What a game of cricket. The Monsoons get home on the last ball of the 20th over with 3 wickets in hand. And they are ecstatic, as is
I think if
Monsoon scorer.
Let's see how close he is here.
Oh,
he just missed too.
And he's not in the picture frame, not in the camera frame there at all. So direct hit.
Well, I don't think you could have asked for a better game of
a semi-final.
For a semi-final,
country challenge. Just got to stand back and applaud, really, don't you?
And that is
a great game.
North Queensland and the Gold Coast off to the Gabba.
Fingers crossed. Pending COVID.
Yes.
Hopefully it will be a curtain raiser to a heat game somewhere down the line, boys.
Yeah.
Wonderful to be part of it all.
Definitely lockdown Monday after the final.
And that's...
we'll close off on that.
Listeners, thank you very much. I'm Brendan Creevy and Nathan Reardon. I'll hand it back to you now, Jace.
Thanks very much, boys. Look, we've... Gold Coast. Gold Coast won the other semi-final, yes. So that wraps up our live stream here from Bundaberg. It's Salter Oval. We've got the Monsoons getting up on the last ball of their semi-final, defeating the Fusion. And just a reminder that the Gold Coast have defeated the Darling Downs in the other semi-final. Well, that will see a North Queensland Monsoons up against the Gold Coast Thunder at a date to be confirmed in Brisbane at the Gabba as a curtain raiser, hopefully, to a Brisbane Heat BBL game. COVID pending, sometime over summer. It's been a fantastic weekend here in Bundaberg at our Bulls Masters T20 Country Challenge. Thank you very much to John Devine and Mitch Horrigan for all their fantastic camera work, graphics, computer work in getting this live stream up on the Bulls Masters Facebook site. The final will hopefully also be live streamed live from the Gabba. It's been an exciting weekend of cricket. And on behalf of John Devine, Mitch Horrigan, the Bulls Masters mentors that have been very, very helpful with commentary over the weekend, I'm Jason Shears, and I look forward to bringing you the final from the Gabba when that date's been confirmed. Thanks very much for your viewership, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye for now.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe? You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Bulls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. If you get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Bulls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Bulls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.